I don't like the fact that I think Flameheart needs like a shut up button. Because when you just happen to go a little bit into his territory, he would just, look who comes to challenge me. Like, okay, I'm just passing by, Flameheart. Take a chill pill.
Welcome to the official, unofficial Sea of Thieves podcast, a podcast dedicated to Sea of Thieves and other rare games, but mainly Sea of Thieves. Today we are discussing the latest update, Festival of Giving. This update released on the 9th of December, and just like the previous update, this one introduces more goals for us to complete. It also adds some more voyages, a new cosmetic type, and some other additions that we are going to discuss in this episode. And to have a discussion, you need at least one other person. And we actually have a brand new guest this time around.
Hello.
Does this voice have a name?
Yeah. I'm the genie of AbsolutePixel on YouTube. I make Sea of Thieves content.
Right.
I also stream from time to time.
Right. Welcome. I'm still surprised that you said yes to come on the podcast. So
when you sent the email, I did my usual dude, this is a cool request. I get emails all the time, but never for a podcast. I checked you out. I was like, hell yeah. So I think the first response to the email was hell yeah.
Yeah, it was like hell yeah, let's go. It was like nothing else, no date, no time, no questions. Like yeah, let's do it. I'm like. All right, it's because did not expect that. Pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I don't plan further than usually an hour to a day ahead of my things. Never do it because of my sleepy schedule. When I'm awake, it always fluctuates, so I can't plan that far ahead. It just never works. Like for Christmas, I don't know what I'll do for Christmas. Probably this will be my first Christmas celebrated by myself. I will be all alone, and it will be awesome.
All right. I do. I never celebrate Christmas. Actually, I'm always by myself.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's certainly benefits to it.
The mood was getting very dapper for a moment. I always celebrate alone. Oh well, it's great. It's just awesome, man.
It is nice. I'm guessing every listener is familiar with you, but for those who are not, can you explain what your content is all about?
I make Sea of Thieves videos about Sea of Thieves. I think it's very variable. In the beginning, it was mostly just me playing the game and moments I thought would make fun videos that happen naturally while playing. But later on, it's become more editorial and just mostly complaining about the game.
Oh, that's fine. Just honest opinion. That's how I call it.
Yeah, it's not complaining as more as it is critiquing, though. Complaining, you just say like, this is just awful. But what I like to do is this is just awful. Here is how I would fix it. I think it's important to add that part where you go in and try and explain how it could be better, or else you just sound like an asshole.
Yes, I agree with that. I totally agree with that. We actually met on the seas too. I didn't tell you before, but we fought against each other in an arena.
Did I win?
When Sloops just came out around that time.
But
when you were still playing with Wolfie, and Wolfie, he's pretty good.
Yeah, Wolf. Oh man, yeah, he's just all burnt down to the game. But
I watched your stream yesterday. I asked you if you still played with him. I use a different name when I comment on Twitch, but you told me in the stream.
Yeah, he's just all burnt out. But he's like super awesome at Counter-Strike and Apex Legends. He plays those games a lot, so it's just natural to. When transitioning to another FPS game, that skill carries over.
Yeah, it does.
But he's just got even though one of the reasons that he got burnt out on it, he just kept also complaining. Like everyone complains about today about the hit rate. It's just the hit rate is just awful.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's too bad. Like everybody that I talk about is like, yeah, we don't really want the updates, but more just the fixing of the general bugs, like hit rate for one.
That's what we Sea of Thieves partners. We have direct contact with the developers and we can talk to them on a daily basis, but lately it's been very focused towards the hit rates, man. The hit rates.
Do you think they're gonna fix it soon?
No. I don't think so. I know that it must be high on their priority list, but if they haven't fixed it by now, it just has to be a very difficult system, or that they have something else that they have to finish first before they get to that. Because Joe Neat has been said multiple times that year 3 of Sea of Thieves will be the most beautiful year ever. We're really looking forward to it, love. You gotta believe him. We partners. You would think we know more than the average player. We don't. Honestly, we don't. Right now, everyone is caught up to the same level of what we know.
All right, it's kind of sad to hear. I was like, yes, maybe I'll get some inside information from you, but
no. The latest inside information we had, the biggest one was that they more or less abandoned Arena at this point. We knew that for a while, but now they pretty much made it public in the latest news video that they said they're happy where Arena is now. Arena is as good as it can get. No, it ain't. You dummies.
It was such sad news. It broke my heart. Like, so much potential for Arena. Like, why?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a common complaint that I bring up in the podcast, actually. Like, I always complain that so much wasted potential in Arena. Like, you could have most. Like, even the scoring system at this moment is not really that great.
Because people just want the regular team deathmatch. And the most unique part about Sea of Thieves is the naval battle. The naval battle is really awesome.
Right.
But when you break that immersion with, you get 25 points for killing here and 100 points for, like, let me just get a point for sinking someone. That's the point. No chests, none of that nonsense. Last ship standing, that's what we want. And we've said this to them directly. Like, give us a last ship standing, a battle royale, if you will.
What was the response you got from that?
Can't say. Not allowed to say.
All right. Well, I can try.
Yeah, keep trying.
So before we go into the proper discussion, let's discuss some news first. I kind of quit with doing the news in the podcast because the podcast was getting way too long. Still really fun, but they were getting long. But now the Game Awards have been happening, so we had some news from that. Yeah, Microsoft released a trailer for the new Perfect Dark game. It's not developed by Rare, but by The Initiative. This is a new studio that was opened 2 years ago. And this is their first game. I'm assuming Rare has some input in the development, but just like Battletoads, I think it's Rare. Small.
I asked Rare.
Oh, you did?
I asked Rare. Oh, well, not me, but someone else asked them, and no response.
Oh, thanks for getting my hopes up. All right. For those interested in the trailer, I will link it in the description. And if you don't know, there's already a Perfect Dark themed ship in Sea of Thieves, and it's called the Hunter ship. So, are you excited for a new Perfect Dark game, or don't you care at all?
I'm really excited about Xbox in general.
All right.
I'm really excited what they're doing. Like, they're acquiring studio left and right, but the Initiative is that studio that creates, that's working on a new Perfect Dark game, and they're setting up that trailer like it's open world, right? Espionage, spying is sort of like, I would expect it to be on par with Cyberpunk. Yes, it is. Cyberpunk just came out, and people have hyped it up to the hell the people have been actually waiting for the full 7 years it's been in development. I played it a little bit. It's nothing revolutionary. In my opinion, Cyberpunk is nothing revolutionary. It's just
Are you playing it on PC?
Yes.
All right. Well, that's the way to play, I've been told.
You gotta play it on PC. I was juggling between getting on Xbox or PC, but I knew that the developers would probably favor the PC over the consoles eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And I was writing that because they just came out with the patch that would fix major bugs, and it has yet to come out on Xbox.
Yep, it's true. I've read about that too.
There you go.
All right, so excited for Birth of Dog. That's always nice.
Yeah.
Some other news that wasn't in the script, but I want to mention real quick. It's that you can now earn the 1,000 days eye patch. When this podcast releases on YouTube, that is. And you can get that until December 16th. You just need to sell and you will get it. And day one players will also get a golden eye patch. And if you want to know what it looks like, it's just an eye patch with an M on it. If you're a day one player, you will get a golden M. And the M is obviously the Roman numeral for 1,000. 1,000 days. Can you believe it? Sea of Thieves, 1,000 days old?
I can. It feels forever. I was just looking at my backlog. I was of videos. Like, damn, almost 3 years now since my first Sea of Thieves videos. Like, yeah.
That's when I subscribed to your channel too.
Like really early too? Damn.
Really early. I watched your older stuff too, like with the Swedish cheese or whatever it is you make in your kitchen.
The Swedish?
Yeah. The cheese you make, what is the brown cheese?
Oh, the waffles.
Yes.
Yeah,
waffles,
okay, yeah. I didn't make that cheese. That's just a classic Norwegian dish.
All right, gotcha. I just called you Swedish, by the way. That was a mistake of mine. You're Norwegian, right?
That is true.
All right, sorry about that.
If you get confused, just say Scandinavian.
All right. Well. All right. I've actually been to those countries too. I've been to Norway as well.
Hell.
Yeah, it was. What I remember is that it's crazy expensive, and you can't get drunk because alcohol is so expensive.
Alcohol is expensive. Well, in the pubs, right? Or in the bars, we should say. I don't think pubs are legal there. They might have changed that.
Mm-hmm.
But bars and out places, yeah, it's crazy expensive for a pint of beer, of lager.
All right, so with the news out of the way, let's waste no more time and discuss all the new additions, all of them. This update brings, and let's begin with the new events. We're added 3 new ones. We have the 12 Deeds of Giving, where every day a new goal opens up, and for every goal completed, you get a new cosmetic. We have the Plundered Presents, which tasks you to give away your treasure, and we have the Grogmene, which will start December 30th, and these goals are centered around fire and explosives.
Giving away treasure. Man.
Yeah, I don't like it either. You still haven't done your gifts, right?
No. No, I have not. Wolf sneakily gave away some presents during the first Festival of Giving just to annoy me. Behind my back.
I'm really a whore for complete accommodations, so I did it, but it was I never like it when the game forces you to be nice to other players. I want to be a pirate.
But you can't choose not to do them, which is what I've done. I choose not to do those. That's a protest.
You're a better pirate than I am.
And we've said this too, Rare, like very directly, like super harsh too. Like when one person mentioned, I don't like forcing us to be nice to other players. And then just everybody jumped in like, yep, I agree. Yeah, this is stupid. Yep, don't do that. They don't care. They look at the numbers and be like, yeah, but we gotta, it's easy to do. It's easy development time.
Yeah, that seems the motto of the last 2 updates, right?
A lot of updates. Just so much reskinning of what we already have.
So what are your thoughts on these events then?
Nah. I don't care too much about it Personally, I like Sea of Thieves mostly for the combat of it. Like it's fun to steal treasure, and then they just call you a hacker or an asshole or whatever it should be, and it's great. It's great sinking someone because they get so cocky when you hit that perfect crew, who you can tell by their playstyle, like, dude, we are really good at the game, and then you sink them, and then you just come with excuses as to why they sunk. The usual first one is, you guys are cheating. There's no way you guys could have sunk us, but then we'll say, well, it could be hit reg. We could have been luckier on the hit reg than you, which is a very big factor in current day Sea of Thieves.
Aye. But getting back on topic, so you're not a big fan of the events, and but what do you think about the fact that all the goals are kind of like, recompleting goals that are similar to accommodations?
Yeah. Nah. I feel like it's so lazy. Right?
Kinda is. Yeah, kinda is.
It's sad that we have to say it, but personally, I think it's lazy from them. The creativity in the pirate world. There's so much mythology and stuff that pirates did that it amazes me that they haven't dwelled into more, other than solve a riddle, take item A to place B, and deliver this and get that and do as you told, hand-holding. All the quests obviously are hand-holding, but I wish there were more open world stuff. Like, it's hard to explain without, I have to think about it. It's hard for me to explain it out loud.
Yeah, like more events, more like that.
But it gets more when you read an update or you get a task, you go, again, It happens so much for me when, more of this. I want something new.
Yeah, like these voyages too, right?
I thought they would die with, or like stick with the original gold hoarder companies. Like gold hoarder, you do this, from A to B to C, like get task, get item, deliver item. Same with like everything, except for merchant, where they tell you to get the task, find animal, catch animal. That's the only little twist right there. You got to catch that animal in a crate and then deliver animal. That's the main game loop. Yeah. I think they need to dwell away from that and call it done. Call it done with that and get some new ideas.
That's what I felt in the beginning too when the game just come out. You have a base amount of voyages that will get you going, so you always have something to do, like a goal. And then the updates add all the rest of the content. But now the new content is more of the same. Like, all right, but that's the base you already have. Like, that's fine. Just give us other stuff, right?
And who likes doing Flameheart, really?
Well, as soon as my accommodations were done, I was done with Flameheart. But to be honest, I kind of like the ghost ships myself.
You see, that's okay. I try to preface this a lot I can, that these are my opinions. I don't like the fact that I think Flameheart needs like a shut up button. Because when you just happen to go a little bit into his territory, he would just, look who comes to challenge me. Like, okay, I'm just passing by, Flameheart. Take a chill pill. I'm not interested.
All right, gotcha. Do you think these events are made for the newer players then, like for them to experience?
Nope. They are made for the absolute newest of the new. That's what they are made for. There are
a lot of new players, right? Like you've seen the noobs on the seas, I'm guessing.
Because they think about. I think this is a theory I have. They try to favor the Game Pass users, right? And they've done this since the Hungering Deep. All of the updates, maybe except for the Emissary. When we got the Emissary flags, all of the updates has been in favor of newer players. Like these are things that you who just got the game will be able to do, except for the emissary, because that one has a soft cap of you got to get 50k gold, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can do that in an hour. But you also marked on a map and you become a target.
Mm-hmm.
I want more updates that are like, this is a hard stuff to do. Mm-hmm. You need to be experienced in order to complete this, but that's never the case. With each update, it's just, hey, let's assume everyone's still. The game came out last week, and this is our first update. It's almost 3 years old, man. People have been playing this game for 3 years.
Like us.
Like us, yeah.
So that's some nice criticism you got over there, and of course, I kind of feel the same way. But what are your thoughts and feelings then on next year when they introduce seasons? Do you think that's the right way to go then?
Yep.
Do?
I think it's definitely the right way to go down if they decide to follow through with it. Meaning, like, it seemingly seems like they've abandoned the whole Flameheart thing, right? They haven't had a new Tall Tale in ages to complete that storyline with Flameheart. Flameheart still hovers his head above islands. It's just, dang it, at this point, I think players just want to kill Flameheart off. Or either that, or they're just like, yep, that's Flameheart. I don't know what his deal is, but there he is. It must be pretty weird, people like who just gets the game post Flameheart in the air, who starts doing the tall tales and like, wait, Flameheart? Isn't that the guy in the sky? What? I don't understand.
Yeah, that's indeed pretty confusing. And the lore is like, there's no hand holding in the lore. It drops you right in. The only reason I know the lore is because I read the novel.
No, damn.
Yeah, did a podcast episode about it too. I will link it below.
Link that bad boy.
So how do you feel then the seasons are going to be like? Like, can you elaborate on what you think they're going to entail?
I don't know if they said this publicly, so I better be careful about it.
All right.
They said to us, at least, that it will be this could be an exclusive. I might be thrown out of the partner program for saying this, but I don't think it's too damaging.
That's your choice.
They said it's very similar to what Call of Duty is doing, or at least use Call of Duty as like the intention of what it will be like. And I don't play Call of Duty, so I have no idea what that means.
All right, yeah, me neither. I do know the concept of a battle pass. I don't have any experience with the game, but from hearsay, you pay for it and you get rewards, and if you don't pay for it, you still get rewards, only less. So
yeah,
I'm a bit fearful that it's going to be that way, that we're going to have similar goals to these events, small goals, which will keep unlocking stuff, so you get that, the positive feedback loop, which is great for new players. But the meaty content, it's still left behind, and that's what I'm fearing is going to happen with these seasons.
I think it could be great. It could bring in the hardcore players when they hear that the people that they are bringing in seasons to give them more challenges. But I'm fearful of seasons that it will be too easy challenges. Like. I want more accommodations where you tell you gotta sink so and so many enemy crews.
Yes.
And kill so and so many people. And it cannot be same people. You gotta be different ships, different crews. Or else people can just park next to each other. Let me kill you 100 times. All right, now let me sink you 100 times. It's gotta be 100 different crews.
I'm surprised that the Reapers faction doesn't have accommodations around this, just the flags, and that's about it. Yep,
it's weird.
All right, well, let's move from the seasons and the events to the next subject, which is the flares, and that's the only thing that's going to stay after this update. So that's the Cannon Fest's new cosmetic type for your ship, and we'll add some new particle effects whenever you fire a cannon. So, did you have time to play around with this?
Yeah, I tried the. I used the one you get in the Pirate Legend hideout. It's okay.
Oh yeah,
it's a nice little. It's just replacing the smoke particles from when you're shooting cannons. Really.
Yeah,
it's nice. It's cozy. It's a cute little addition.
All right. Do you think it helps with the PvP that people can see which cannon is fire, or do you think it will only bother people that are trying to PvP because you can't really see what's happening?
It was pretty extreme, but if you think about it, you never really see it either without the flares on. It's just a bigger flash, and it disappears as quick. I think they were really careful about that.
Yeah.
It's just different when you shoot it.
Too.
Yeah. It doesn't bother me. I think it's a nice little cute addition.
Yep.
It's like
that's
a little.
I feel about it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's only sad that it's the only thing that's going to stay after this. Like all the rewards will stay, obviously, but content-wise, it's just a flare, and that's a new cosmetic type. It's only one other thing I want to discuss. I don't know how you feel about it. I bet you have a bunch of Asian coins. But how do you feel about players having to buy the flares from the Emporium if they already bought an entire ship set in the past?
They are selling flares in Emporium?
Yes. So I, for example, bought the ship set, the Cutthroat set, that's based on Killer Instinct. Bought the entire set last month, and this month, you want flares? Yeah, you gotta pay, I think, 350 Asian coins if you want flares now as well.
I think,
so that didn't feel right.
I guess it must sucks for cosmetic, for like the completionist people who wants the full set.
Mm-hmm.
But in my personal opinion on that, if it's cosmetic, it doesn't add anything to the gameplay, it doesn't matter.
All right.
It's not. At least it's not loot boxes. You know exactly what you're paying for.
Aye.
If it was, you want the new flare, you better hope you get it in the loot box. Then it's not like that. If you want the flare, we gotta monetize this bad boy.
Aye. Yeah. And I've to be fair, like Rare's really good with that. Don't always agree with the prices, but you get what you paid for. Are there any other ship cosmetics you would like to see in the future? Like something new?
I always wanted to be able to customize your own deck, like in Forza. How you can you can put like your own liveries on, like put like a base coat. Say like you want a black base coat, and then you can start adding your own lines and shapes to the deck and whatnot. That's what I want.
All right, sounds cool. So like you want to customize your own sails then as well?
Oh yeah, customize it all.
Cool. And naming your ship?
See, here, the only thing that bothers me with not being able to name your ship is on the galleon, there's a plaque over the captain's door. Clearly, it's meant to say something there, right?
Yes.
But if you could name your ship, what would it add? I mean, if they add the option, which is surprising the hell out of me, that they still haven't added this option because it's so cosmetic heavy that you can't like store, like I like this. You make like a ship set. You combine the sails, the anchor, the cannons, everything, the hull, and I want to save that. I want to save this combination into a different tab, so I can just click it, and then you can name that. You can name this combination of library your own stuff. But
would be cool.
Right now you have to go in. I gotta go and add the sails and the hull again and the anchor and that combination. Just make me maybe save it like they're doing with costumes, right?
Yeah, that totally agree. And it is something on the roadmap. Like I can't remember which podcast it was a couple of months ago by now. But during that time, there was a streamer during their regular stream, and he asked the developers, and they said, "Yeah, we are gonna do presets. Only it's really low on the list of priorities. So when it's coming, we don't know. It's gonna be far in the future, but eventually, presets are coming."
Like how I very early on wanted to remove the title bars, the island title cards.
I remember that video of yours.
Yeah, and I even asked the developers directly on stream when I stream with them, and they said, "Yeah, well, it's on the list. took a full year before they did anything with that.
And you think it's easy? I had another.
No, I do think it's easy. I just think that they're waiting for the right opportune moment where they see like, oh, we don't have a lot for this update. Let's just now add that feature so we can fill in that slot so it seems like it's more. That's what I'm thinking they're doing.
Do you really think that they work like that?
Yep, I think they had that problem solved ages ago. And then just hold it back and wait until the right moment, until like this update doesn't have a lot of changes on it. Let's just use this here now.
Interesting. I will keep that in mind. Maybe it will give me a different perspective.
Because it can't be hard to do, to add an on-off switch for that damn title card. Can't be a hard thing to do.
No, it can't be hard. You're right. All right, anyways. Next subject is the voyages. The Gilded Voyages, sorry. Just like every December, Rare gives every player a Gilded Voyage. You can get one for free from Lorena. These will give you some of the best loot in the game without too much effort, but you can only pick one. So which one did you pick?
Legendary, Athena. Because that's the only one I'm not full on yet. 20. But I was talking to New Sumo about it. I asked him, man, what he picked. He said, well, he picked the Athena. I said, have you done it yet? Nope. I'm waiting for a double XP weekend, which is, all right, that's smart. I'm going to do the same.
All right, cool. You think these they should hand them out more frequently, these Guild Voyages?
No, because they're pretty easy to do. Like, if you set your mind to doing just Athena stuff, you can probably get it to 220 within a week or so. If you just focus on doing that.
It's true. A lot of people did it in the beginning when the new emissary system was just released because of an oversight. It was really easy to get to 20 in that first week.
Yep.
Which I didn't do.
No, I decided to not focus on. I didn't focus on a lot of stuff like doing the gold hoarders and get to 75. This is going to happen naturally.
Yeah, that's how I feel about a lot of these commendations.
But probably once I get to like level 19 in Athena, it's like, all right, we're in the home stretch now. Now I feel like I can focus just on getting to 20 in Athena.
Gotcha. So aside from the Guild Voyages, you can also buy new. Well, I say new. You can buy powder and arms voyages. These simply consist of some X-marked spot maps, and you will mainly be digging gunpowder barrels and gifts. The final map will reward you with a chest of rage, some fire bombs, and even an ashen wind skull.
Wow.
So how do you feel about these voyages?
Well, I think it's good for the ashen wind skull and the chest of rage, because at least the chest of rage I think is the least popular chest in the game. Like, easy to get, but it's rare in the sense that you can only get it at the in the Roar Fortress.
That's not true.
Oh, and it can wash up and stuff, right?
Yeah, indeed.
But when I see a chest of rage in the wild, it's like, I don't want that on board because I have to babysit it. The same with the chest of sorrow. Once you were done with those accommodations, like, I don't want to see that on my deck ever again.
And players like us, we have a lot of gold. We don't need it.
Exactly.
I do like the fact that these voyages will give other crews a lot of barrels. Like, especially the less experienced players, they still store barrels in their ships. And it's always fun to blow them up. So these voyages are certainly helping with that. Sorry, what was that, Pixel?
I was just laughing to people storing barrels on deck.
Indeed, it's certainly fun.
It's not strategically responsible, but you got to learn, right? I'm sure if I could remember far back when I saw kegs, like, I probably stored them on deck, and then I realized that's not the smartest idea. Then you're moving up to the crow's nest for the longest time, and then they introduced being able to break the mast. So in the end, it's just not safe to have kegs on board at all.
Indeed. So next topic is the Emporium. So we're only going to discuss the new additions because they have some stuff that they released last year. But we're not going to discuss that. First up is the Frozen Horizon ship. I saw you bought it.
Yep.
How do you feel about it?
I think it's just nice to have some different colors, like pop out colors, like with the Viva Pinata one.
Mm-hmm.
I realized that when that deck came on, the Frozen one was. We don't have a lot of the colors in the Sea of Thieves is very washed out on the deck side, right? It's very muted. Even the ones like if the lime green sails it's not fully green. It's a little bit of a muted color in there. But when I saw this one, I was like, hell yeah! I like it. Will I use it again? I don't know.
You bought the weapons too?
No, God no.
You are particular about your weapons?
Yeah, because I personally I feel like muted colors works on weapons,
so you can see the blood.
So it doesn't like blind my view or whatnot. Like with I got the blunderbuss that glows green flames or whatnot. It just blocks your entire view, right? Or was it a pistol? I don't know. Because it goes out like it's been banana peeled, like a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
And the pets that you buy, the pets?
Nope. The only pets I have is the regular dog and the skeleton dog. The dog I named Pixel and the skeleton dog I named Wolf in honor of my late gaming friend Wolf. We're still friends, but he just burned out in the game as we stated earlier.
I'm sure he's happy about that. He's with you in spirit.
I told him about it and he said, "What? You bought an animal? Are you going to allow me not to buy an animal?" No. I bought this because of you. I want you with me there, boo.
Alright. It's good. It's for the prowess. Do you think they are, with these additions, like with the frozen ship and the frozen weapons and the cursed pets and the new ones, the glacial ones, do you think they're hinting at an icy region?
Nope.
You don't think so?
Nope.
Why is that? Care to elaborate?
I think they're done with that. I do know some stuff now that I think about it. And I can say no. Well, theoretical stuff I know, but I'm going to say no.
All right. Well, they have been talking about it in the past before that. It's really kind of hard to get the server stable. At least that's what I've heard. And that's kind of the reason why they were expanding downwards instead of broadening the seas. I'm not sure how true that is because I'm not a developer. But the things we were hearing from the developers is, well, probably not going to be that much any new islands. Would you like new islands? Would you like an icy region?
Well, it depends on what I would like the icy region for one feature. If there was like the oceans were frozen, so you had to ice break through make paths. Right, it would be harder to sail in because the ocean is frozen over, so you had to break the ice in front of you in order to proceed. Other than that, it would just be islands that are snowy. It's just right. That. That's what I think that they would do, and they have to add more to it than just snowy islands, right?
Yeah, I think they would. I mean, they're quite creative. Like even with the roar, it's more than just volcanoes. Like it's the heated water, it's the geysers, the earthquakes, it's the lava, which is not really that great animated, but that's beside the point. And I think they're gonna do the same with icy region. Like maybe chests will be able to slide. Maybe the quests are slightly different over there.
Sliding chest, that's good.
Maybe the stalactites that are falling down whenever you're in a cave, something like that. I think they can be really creative with the environment. I would want it just for the change of scenery.
Yeah, the scenery is getting pretty dull, huh?
After 1,000 days, man.
1,000 days.
All right. They also added the Bone Chiller costume. What are your thoughts on that?
I got it. From the Emporium, at least.
You like it?
I haven't tried it on, but I got it because I thought it could be cool for machinima. Like you could play a skeleton.
That's true. And it's time limited costume too. So
Might as well get it.
Might as well get it if you have money, not me.
You could so blend in on a fort, right? You could during the boss wave, you just come in there like, "Ooh, that's a new boss." It's like, nope, that's just a player. You gotta count on the enemy having that.
Will fall for that.
Yeah, that could be a good one. But you gotta count on the enemy having the nameplates turned off, right?
You can work around that.
Yeah,
you can. They believe anything. Like even if the nameplates are not the same color, you can still convince them you're on the same team. So happened many times. How do you feel about costumes in general then? Not specific this one, but just the costumes we have. Do you think it's a good addition?
Yeah, it's more of a tease for me, as we talked about before. As I wanted to be able to save my own costumes.
Yeah,
that's what it is for me.
It's just bandage for a problem right now, right?
But people seem to, at least at Tucker, seem to like the Reaper's costume.
The noobs do. And new emotes, how do you feel about those?
I think it's fine. It's just a cozy edition. It's nothing game breaking.
Yeah, most of the stuff in Emporium is that way. For the listeners, I do want to say, don't forget to pick up the Frozen Horizon Tankard and the Generous Gift emote. Both of those are free this month, so hey, please do that.
Can't complain about free.
Nope, especially not me.
Have you gotten a lot of ancient skeletons?
Well, we got a big one, like the biggest deal lately, so that was nice. Was able to buy my flares from that, thank God.
I've only seen, I think, 4 of them, like with the ancient coins that randomly spawn. I haven't seen one in a while.
Yeah, my last one was, I think, just over a week ago, and in total, I don't know, around 15, I guess. But I play.
Ooh, damn.
It's mostly my teammates that find it. I think if you're on a galleon, you have more chance of finding an ancient skeleton since you're just a bit more people.
One of those bad boys ruined an encounter in the arena, remember? Because they can't spawn in the arena.
They can. Yes.
Yep. And Wild Wolf was fighting on an island, one spawn, and he was like, "What should I focus on?" Because he was getting double teamed. Like, to hell with it, and went for the ancient skeleton. He died. He didn't get to kill the ancient skeleton. The other guys did it. But we found out that that didn't matter because we all already interacted with it. So I assume both teams got it. We got the coins for it anyways.
Oh, I didn't know that. So you still got the display in your screen that you got it.
Yep.
Sweet. That's nice to know. I didn't know that. I was yes. I will use that to my advantage someday. Thanks for that. So the Twitch rewards. There are also Twitch drops this time. This time, like every time seems like it. Rare is using this more and more. So I told you this before. I watched you past Friday to get my Frozen Horizon hair. So thanks for that. In total, there are 5 new drops to get. So how do you, as a streamer, feel about these drops?
Well, it helps. It helps with viewership for people who really care about drops or streaming. I mean, in general, like Falcor, he gets a ridiculous boost during drops. Mm-hmm. If I cared more about streaming, and like streamed every day, like properly, it would probably give me way more of a boost. Mm-hmm. But I do see like a massive, at least maybe 30 to 40% more of an increase. But I don't really pay too much attention to it. It's fun. I get why people want it.
Yeah. Yep. And for the listeners who want to get those drops, I think Tuesday is the last one. Every day is a new one. Make sure you watch the Genie for 20 minutes each day.
Hell yeah.
Do you think it's unfair for the other streamers, by the way? Like other Sea of Thieves streamers that aren't partners, they will get less views during these periods.
Oh, I haven't thought about that.
Do you think it's fair then? Or are you like,
well, it's only 20 minutes, right? It's only 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Then you can go back and support the other. You don't even have to have the window fully open.
It's true. Then you need to listen. You can just mute it.
You just keep that on it. So there are ways around it. Fair. Well, because it's only partners that get the drops privilege, right? And those are people who are that rare trust. So they don't want any foul mouth, racist piece of shit going out like supporting the drops. I get that. They have to like do the research. So sometimes you got to look at it from the rare's perspective, and sometimes there's just an unknowing third party that might be trapped in the disadvantage. But it's not too bad this time around, like with drops.
I think it's fine too. I think it helps the community overall. Like if you're interested in, I don't know, if they watch your stream, you're like, oh, the genie's a funny guy, but I want somebody who's better at PvP, they can go to that streamer afterwards.
You saying I suck at PvP?
Well, didn't see any last Friday.
Well, dude, I did.
All right,
you didn't watch it all then.
Tuned out by then.
You tuned out?
I had my hair. I was like, I watched a little bit further, see what happened.
Sunk a duo sloop.
Yeah, I missed that. Sorry about that.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I am ashamed of myself.
You just got the drops and hollered out of there.
If you stream tomorrow, I'll watch until you'll get into PvP, I'll promise you.
I will stream later today. I just don't know when to.
So let's go with the other stuff then. There's not that much to discuss. Only that they added new figurehead. It's the figurehead of first crew, and you can buy it. They look like angry marshmallows. One of my crewmates told me they cost a bit over 3 million gold. Do you know why?
Yeah, I know
the price is that.
I know why. It's the release date.
March 20th, 2018 is the time released Sea of Thieves. So that explains the price of that figurehead. And of course, those barrel boys were the test dummies when they were, first in the early phases of Sea of Thieves. If
you look at the credits in Sea of Thieves, they show you from the prototype, and you can see those characters there. Just simple pill people.
I never done that. Didn't know it was in the credits. I will do now. I'm learning so much.
Check the credits. They made a game originally first for like the prototype in Unity before they fully fledged out in Unreal.
Oh yeah, I think I heard about that. Yeah. So, I think we discussed everything a little bit more. We had some tangents, but those are fine. It's always really interesting. You get that when you have a new guest.
Hell.
You've definitely been really entertaining one, I can tell you that. But as a conclusion, are you happy with this update?
It's more of the same for me. There's nothing really that pushes me like, oh, I gotta boot Sea of Thieves for this update. I gotta boot it. And finish whatever the update game. This is none of that. It hasn't been one of those for a while. The vaults were a pretty good update. I like those, but just too far and few between good updates where I just want to. Let me boot for more than 5 hours.
Yeah, I get that. I had that when they released the ghost ships. I really like that. Didn't really like the Ashen Lord because it felt like just slightly stronger Skeleton Lords.
Just a bullet sponge.
Why is this content? And then we had the vaults, which was alright. So this is a smaller update. That's fine. But in retrospective, those vaults were actually bigger than the last two updates we got. But because this is just goals to complete, which is not really content if you're fair.
Yeah. I didn't like the Ashen Winds. Didn't like it. Too much effort for too little loot. That's what, because that boss was such a bullet sponge. It takes forever, especially if you're just on a sloop with a friend. 2 people killing that guy will take forever.
Yeah, indeed. They have changed that now. I think with not this update, but maybe the update before.
Yeah.
They're a bit easier to kill, and you get more loot, and the skull is worth more as well.
They listen to the criticism.
Eventually, they do. Yeah.
It just takes them a year.
Oh well. So I've never laughed so much during the podcast. What are your hopes and wishes for the future content then? What would you like to see they focused on?
Oh, well, I made a list about this for a potential video. I don't remember it now. Well, but like we discussed, I want them to move away from the traditional loop of get item, receive task, get item, deliver item.
Aye. Aren't you making a video on that too?
Yeah, I'm working on a script. I was working on it, but I had to backpedal on it a little bit because some of the criticism I had to work on, and in that time since I put it on the shelf, I decided to work on other stuff.
Yeah, I know how it goes. I get that. So yeah, with that we've also come to the end of the podcast.
Oh, snap!
Yeah, I like to keep them short. It saves me the editing. So if you like these discussions with other YouTubers, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. It really helps out this podcast. I would like to thank AbsolutePixel for being wonderful. And can you tell our listeners where they can find you?
No problem. On YouTube, just check the description. Check the description. Did I have did I cuss? Did I say something you had to censor?
Maybe pre-recording.
Maybe, yeah, but during the actual recording, that's what I want to know.
I think I'm gonna have. I need to check if everything works.
So I didn't say anything like fuck shit and shit that you had to censor.
No, you didn't. It's fine.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna have an easy. I need to believe it all this podcast. Thank you very much for being polite.
No problem.
I myself can be found on this very channel you're listening to this podcast on. So please subscribe if you don't want to miss any future podcasts. And after that, go to AbsolutePixel. The link is in the description, apparently.
Subscribe to Captain Blubber. Leave a like, comment.
Right, thank you. So, hey, thanks again to my amazing guests, and I hope you, the listener, will have a great rest of your day. So stay safe, wash your hands, and take care.
Bye.